It's a perfect situation.
Hello, this is Liz. Welcome to my little urban homestead. I realised today, I've just put up the third episode of Beginning Sewing, that possibly I'm jumping ahead of myself, because there's some people out there that were given a sewing machine and didn't really know how to use it or thread it or anything like that, and so they couldn't even get to the stage of sewing those first two patches together. So I will not be showing you how to thread a machine, because all sewing machines seems to be different. So some of them you go with your cotton around a tension knob. With mine, it's an internal one, so you have to put it around other things. There's no knob as such. Some have needles that you thread front to back, others that are side to side. And if you don't know which yours are, that can be difficult, very difficult, because if you were given a sewing machine and you've got no needles in, or the needle broke, or you're sitting there having a go now and your needle's just broke and don't know what to do, one of the things I suggest is you go to play somewhere that sells sewing machine needles. For your first time, I suppose, if you go to a shop that deals with crafts and sewing and sells material in that, you will actually get some help and advice off them. So they will advise you as the type of sewing machine needle you need, because some are good for heavyweight denim, some are good for stretch material. There's quite a bit, so you basically at first you don't want to bother with any of those. Just stick to an all general purpose needle. How about putting a new needle in your sewing machine? But as I say, I can only do it on my machine. Your machine may be different, so I will go through that. Same as threading your bobbin and that. In the bobbin casing, it may be like mine, which is a side load bobbin, or it may be a drop in bobbin, different sorts. So I could only talk you through my sewing machine. So I'll bring you in on a shot on the sewing machine needles and how to replace a needle, because it's generally more or less the same for all sewing machines. I did realise as well when I checked this video, well, the part 3 episode through, that when my light is on the sewing machine, so it will work, it actually blurs out so you can't see very well. So I'm going to have to try and reposition the camera somewhere else. That I'm not sure about. Might get a different stand than this. See if that helps. Yep. But I'll get that sorted and bring you around to the sewing machine now. I apologise for the noise in the background, but I've got my fan going. It's just too warm today. Very close. Right, now, sewing machine needles. As I said, you can get different ones. This is ideal for medium usage, so this possibly is a good one to get, but it's twin needles and you don't want twin needles at the moment. These needles are very good for stretch fabric. So like t-shirts and things like that, that's very good for them. You don't really need them at the moment. Where are my other needles? Now, these are the needles that actually came with my sewing machine. And I'm changing my glasses. Might be able to read this. The most essential tool for sewing. Yes, it is. Size, it says 14-90. Not sure what the sizes are, but I think there's only one left. They only sent a couple and I did break one. But you will notice that you do break needles. I bought some of these online a while ago. Right, we'll take these because they're in a handy packet, and it says Maxi 16 by 100. So these are thicker needles. So we'll use these at the moment. Could be that these are the type of needles that you've got in the case. Doesn't matter. They all basically look the same. A needle is a needle is a needle. Now, if I can pull it out, what you'll see, if I slowly turn it round, you might be able to see that one of the sides is completely flat. That's the flat side. The flat side, they want you to put against the bar that's at the back. Now, dropping your foot off is good. It will help you. It gives you more room to manoeuvre. So all I do is I'll show you on my machine. I'll show you on my machine, and hopefully you'll be able to sort it out on your own. Right, as I said, dropping your foot off can help when you first change your needle. It can help every other time as well, but you can get used to it without doing it. If there is a needle stump left in there because it broke on you or not, just loosen it off a bit. Hold what's left of the needle because it can fall down and go into your bobbin case. So just hold that and twist the knob that's at the top and your needle comes out. Mine's still threaded up, and because of it's a small hole and to get the cotton through, it's a pain in the bum. I'm leaving it attached. So find your flat edge, because that's the edge that they want you to put next to this bar. So if it's to the left of the bar, make sure your flat edge is pointing right. If they want it at the front of the bar, then you make sure that your flat edge is pointing to the back. So on mine it's the flat edge at the back. So grab your needle with the flat edge the way it needs to go and just push it up into there, just to make sure it's fully gone home. Undo it slightly bit more and just gently push on the bottom of it, and then tighten up that little screw, which is hard to do when you've got a dicky hand like mine. And there's your needle back in place. And my cotton's all twisted round, but sort that. And that's your needle back in place. And once it's threaded, in my case this machine wants front to back, that's how you thread it, front to back. It's not a general rule, but it applies on most machines, I think this is, to find out which way your needle will be threaded, either front to back or side to side. The last hook that you have to put your cotton round, if it's at the front, it's because they want you to thread the needle front to back. If it's on this left hand side, it's because they want you to thread left to right. That's normally how I found it. Your machine, however, may be different. I don't think so, but your machine may be different. So if you've never threaded it up before, that gives you an idea. Or if there's no needle on it and you don't know which way to put your needle in, that normally tells you where your last hook was is where they want you to thread the needle. So that's worth saying. If your last hook is at the front, the eye needs to be open at the front so you can thread front to back. If the last hook is on the side, then the eye needs to be that way. So obviously the flat side will be opposite it. So you can thread it left to right. So that is quite a good tip for how your needle goes in. But have a look at it. If you have any problems at all, try and look your sewing machine makeup online and find out the threading instructions. If you still have difficulty, put me a comment in and I'll see if I can help you. If necessary, we can do a live stream or whatever to get you over the bit that you're having problems with. And that applies to anything I do, in particular the sewing ones. So I hope that helps any of you, and I'll carry on and do some more that I'll put out and some more episodes for you. So see you again soon. Bye.
It's a